4, 3, 2.
Hello everybody! Welcome back live again for the Reply Challenges universe. It's Enrico talking from the Reply main headquarters in Turin, Italy. It's 4:30, yes, sharp, 4:30 Central European time, and I'm here to start proudly, my honor, to start again the challenges, the Reply Challenges journey for 2021, because after another great year in 2020, we are already starting again all over our journey, yes, together with you, the fantastic community of the challengers that wants to compete and to show the talents they have into different and many different topics that we would like to offer to you. We will start this year, as always, with our traditional code challenge, the biggest, one of the biggest coding competition in Europe, or I would say even worldwide, together with many other great examples, but we are so proud of our own Reply Code Challenge, and this is the Ask Us Anything webinar, or me, differently, depending on who wants to answer, but actually the webinar that we want to dedicate to our community in order to collect all the possible answers, doubts, stuff that, of course, I'm not even able to answer, but luckily I'm not alone, as always, and I will start welcoming all my friends connecting together with me today, starting from, Marco, hi there, from, I guess, the office as well. Marco, you in the office today?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay, so no home working today, differently from, how many... Yeah, so pleasure to have you together with us. Marco, you are the coach, of the Reply Code Masters team, the team of coders in Reply, dedicated to the realization, to the design of the problem that thousands of coders will face on March the 11th. As the tradition of our code challenge. Together with me and Marco, of course, again, Gaspare, can you hear us? Yes.
I'm the crazy one that started this off, so this craziness of the code challenge we are still bringing on.
Hi everyone, hi Enrico, hi Marco.
I know. Ciao Gaspare, welcome again. Marco was saying that, you are in charge of this craziness till the beginning. You were one of, I guess, the first one that we call in order to start this amazing thing. And so thank you for, for continuing, for your effort and commitment in make this happen all the years. And Gaspare too, I would say, because the story of Gaspare is unique as Marco's one, because you are among the first winning team of the Reply Code Challenge in 2018. Am I right?
The first edition, and I'm now on the other side of the organization after 3 years straight.
Yeah, exactly. So this is an alert to all the people attending. You know what? By winning the challenge, you deserve the prize for sure. But then there might be the risk that we get you, and then you decide to be on board of this crazy ship. Yeah, it might happen. It might happen. Together with Marco and Gaspare, we have Mirko. Mirko, can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi to all.
Hi there. How's it going? Everything good?
Yeah. All right. All is good.
Okay. Pleasure to have you, Mirko, on board together with us. You are just three of the many members of the, Reply Code Masters team, the team of coders involved in the realization of the Reply Code Challenge. Welcome again to all the people connecting together with us live this afternoon. We are live again. It's 4:34 right now. Central European time. We'll be together live for 1 hour, pretty much, more or less, in order to answer possibly all your questions, all your doubt. You are, of course, invited to interact together with us with the chat. You can use the YouTube chat on challenges.reply.com, the main homepage of our adventure where you should be connected in. But since we like to experiment a bit more, we are live on Twitch as well. So if you look for us on Twitch by searching for Reply, you will get in touch with us and you can use that platform too in order to interact a bit. So please send us your question, doubt related to the code challenge. Don't be shy at all. And we are here to answer any kind of question you may have. And of course, we'll try to start answering some of the most frequently asked questions already received on our social media campaign. But let me finish the round of presentation because as a tradition, again, in our adventures, we'd like to welcome some students. And so why not to onboard Gabriele and Suraj from the Reply Ambassadors team. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's fine.
Hi there.
Hi.
Ciao, Gabriele. Hi, Suraj. All fine?
All good on my end, and yourself?
Yeah, we can hear you super. And so again, thank you very much, guys, you for for participating together with us for the next minutes. Till 5:30 more or less. It's a pleasure, of course, to onboard the students into this adventure because together with us, you are participating, of course, as part of the Reply Ambassadors team, the team of students into the universities, helping Reply in promoting and in realizing many initiatives into the university network. You are part of this amazing project. If any of the students wants to know more about that, please visit ambassadors.reply.com and you can, of course, apply in order to join this amazing team of students. I'm happy to say that Gabriele is, I know everything about your university situation because just a couple of days ago, on Thursday night, we have the live streaming of the Mars landing of the Perseverance rover, and Gabriele was with us for 3 hours of live streaming, and the day after, you faced your last exam, right?
Yeah, right.
And you succeeded.
Yeah, I hope so.
You okay? So I don't have to say that. Yeah, you. Let me say you are approaching the target with an optimistic feeling.
Yeah, I'm pretty optimistic, and I know that the exam went well. So
yeah, okay. You're kind of by checking with other students the result, you were kind of okay. Yeah, why not? Please let us know, okay, if it's good news at least.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Good to say that, and why not to move to Suraj as well? Sorry, yeah. If we can go back to my friend Suraj, may we know more about your university? What you're studying, which university, so that we can share a bit of your story with the rest of us.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm from Avatar Aachen. I don't know if you're familiar with the town. It's a small town at the border of Netherlands and Belgium. So
I know it.
Germany, basically.
I had the pleasure to be there a couple of times for university activities in the beautiful Aachen University. And what are you studying?
I'm currently doing my master's in social data science. So I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. So I did my bachelor's in mech eng in Prague, and then I moved here because my thesis advisor sort of pushed me to this university, essentially.
Okay, we got a bit of the message, but not entirely. Unfortunately, I guess the connection went not super good right now. We'll be back to you, Suraj. Don't worry. We can start with an overview of the main information related to our beautiful reply code challenge. I will start sharing some thank you very much to the control room for sharing the information. Those are just the main things that you might be already aware of, but better to stress those messages again. And of course, if you guys, people, students, professionals watching the live streaming together with us right now, if you have any doubt, please share your question on the chat on Twitch and YouTube you see, and we will start, of course, answering all the questions appearing. As you know, the Reply Code Challenge, the 4th edition, will be live online at 4:30 p.m. in Central European Time on March the 11th. So we are around 20-something days from now, and we will have this incredible competition all over again. It will last 4 hours. It's fully online, and as you know, is team-based. So it's not enough to register on challenges.reply.com. You have to form your team, invite your friends, or we give you some other chances in order to form a team. Up to 4 team members, minimum 2, maximum 4. And this will be, of course, a matter of team-based competition. So you can't play with us if you don't have a team. And of course, we are again trying to help you in order to form one. If you don't have, if you haven't succeeded in convincing your friends in onboarding into a coding competition, we know it might be a challenge into the challenge. But why not? This is about having fun and showing your talent, and of course it's a matter of doing it together with other friends all over the world. It's international. That's what we'd like to share. We have people already registering from many countries all over the world. We expect to reach thousands and thousands of registration. We are already on our path in doing so. So please, again, register and spread the word on challenges.reply.com. We wait for your registration in order to start this journey all together. I'm moving on with the main information of our presentation. As you see, there is, as you know, the code challenge is divided somehow in two, because we have the standard edition and the teen edition. The standard one is targeting mostly university students and professionals from 16 years old and so on. And it has his podium of prizes: the MacBook Pro for the first place, the Mac Mini for the second place, and the Apple AirPods Pro for the third place. One for each member, of course, of all the the three teams on top of the podium. So don't worry, you don't have to split in four the MacBook Pro among your friends. It's one per each member of the teams on the podium. And as well, the teen edition for high school students from 14 to 19 years old. And this time the prize is about money. 5,000 euro for the team on the first place, 2,000 euro for the team on the second place, and 1,000 euro for the team on the third place. Those are the two standard and teen edition, the two ways that you can participate into the Reply Code Challenge. It's easy to choose, let me say. What is about the reason why we want to target many people and talented coded all over the world? It's of course that, that might be once we did the standard edition, and Gaspar knows it so well because you won it in 2018, we were submerged by a request of young students, teenagers that wants to test their talent, and so that's why the teen edition started sharply the day after, and we like, of course, to onboard many students all over the world. So far, so good, guys, connected with me. You want to add anything about the split? I see, no, everything is clear, right? Yes. I think so. Okay. Don't be shy, guys. If you want to interrupt me, please, you are absolutely invited to do so. I'm moving on with the main information we want to share with our friends together, connecting together with us live this afternoon. I see the presentation moving on. I hope so. Let me click one click away. Yeah, guys, if in the control room you can help me moving the slide, thank you very much. We have a timeline that is, as you know, it has a deadline for the registration. We have to mention that March 10 to close the registration, and sometimes, we extended the deadline by so far. You know that March the 10th is the registration closing, so please double check that you have the time to form your team and to register yourself on challenges.reply.com. The challenge will take 4 hours from 4:30 to 8:30, and there will be a social battle as a tradition again. If you want to, to be social and not that much shy, you can play with us on the social battle that I'm about to describe it a bit more to give you some insight about that. We can move on to another slide in order to show the other information that will be will appear in a second. Please, guys, advance one slide and we'll keep commenting the information for the challenge. What about the social battle? Yeah, I should comment that. Okay, here we are. Is always on during the challenge. Yes, it is a matter of sharing the feeling. In the meanwhile, you're playing together with us. it is, yeah, this one. Thank you, guys. Sorry about this mess. We'll overcome that. Okay, the social battle will be always on during the challenge, the 4 hours of the challenge. You can use the Reply Code Challenge Instagram filter. You can reach on Reply Challenge's Instagram account. Please use the social media hashtag Reply Code Challenge and Reply Challenges and tag your friend that is tag Reply Challenges as an account. And right now I can show you the beautiful prize for this fantastic battle. Yes, this is it. The fantastic Life at Reply skateboard will be the award for the best pictures selected just in an editorial way, shared during the social battle. You like the prize, guys? Mirko, Gaspare, Marco, or maybe the ambassadors too? Are you familiar with the skateboard or not?
Yeah, a bit.
I think
A bit, they say.
I think that we are.
You think you are? Okay, that's good. Yeah, you know, I don't know if skateboarding and coding are that much friends, but
Probably not together.
If you want,
not together. Yeah, don't code.
Enrico, if you want, I can share my
Marco
about not the skateboard but the snowboarding that I tried when I was 20.
Oh, that's a point.
And it was a mess. So, I a very good skiers. I thought that I can learn by myself, also doing snowboarding. That was not the case. So on the first slope,
you're not.
Down, I fell and I twist my knee, and it was the beginning of the season.
Oh gosh.
Yes. So
gosh, that's not good.
And no more skateboarding since then. But when I was young,
okay. Okay, so we stress the concept. Do not code while you're skateboarding. It's not definitely the case. Okay, you please keep the two things separate. Do them but separately. That's better. Okay, thanks for sharing. Of course, this is about the social battle, something we are definitely in love with. We already talked a bit about the Instagram filter that we shared on Reply Challenges account, and so you can discover your coding soul by playing with it. Right here, you see some of the FAQ, the most frequently asked question that we have received so far. There are just a few, but just to share it again. You can choose in order to, while playing on the Reply Code Challenge on March the 11th, you can choose the programming language you prefer. There are not fixed choice about that. Of course, as I already mentioned, you have to form a team to compete and you can't play alone, definitely. This is an international challenge. English is the language we use for all the communication and the language that we somehow suggest you to use in order to interact with your friends. But of course, you are open to speak the language you prefer into just your team. But remember, we use English in order to discuss and to share communication. And that's, again, a thing to share. All the prizes are, for the standard edition, if you win a MacBook Pro, there will be one for each member of the winning team. You don't have, again, to split them among all the team members. This is it for the question. Marco, yes.
I interrupt you. I see there are some questions coming.
Please.
And the more interesting is how to get the skateboard, sir. So I think we did a little bit of mess explaining this. Perhaps you can explain again.
I will. Yeah. Thanks for pointing this out. The skateboard is the prize for the social battle. So during the code challenge on March the 11th, on the 4 hours of the code challenge, in the meanwhile you are competing on your computer to solve the code challenge problem statement, we ask you to be social, so to share pictures or videos or Instagram stories using the hashtag Reply Challenges and Reply Code Challenge. If you'll be out one of the funniest social contribution, we will decide to send you the beautiful Life at Reply skateboard as the prize. So this is the prize for the funniest contribution to the social battle that will be live on March the 11th. I hope I answered. Anyhow, yeah, I don't want to stress. The coding competition should not be, confused with the social battle on social media. But then, yes, the prize, the skateboard, yeah, stay here. It's one of the, I would say, good contribution to the challenge in general. Let me move on. We already received some question related how to find a team member. If I'm alone, I'm a coder, I'm not able to convince other friends to join me in a team, what to do. You know that on the platform there is a random queue. You can choose to join the random queue, and you will be assigned to another team, of course, of people you might not know, but that's a solution possibly to join another team, an already existing team, and show your talent into this team of new friends you will join. Or differently, we created a Telegram channel that, yes, please, if you can share the slide, this is it. There is a Telegram channel named Find Your Teammate. You can reach it at this URL that we are sharing, replychallenges.com/findyourteammate. By joining this Telegram channel, you will enter, a crazy world of hundreds of coders looking for a team member. And it's a bit a randomic way, but in general, by chatting, discussing, and proposing yourself as a coder, maybe experts in some in data science or other or computer science, or in general, by proposing yourself, you might be selected as, join a team together with our people all over the world. I'm always surprised by how many new friends and talented people you meet here. It's crazy, but you see many people worldwide trying to get in touch with others in order to form a team and compete in the Reply Code Challenge. I guess, Gaspare, you were surprised by that, or you see that in the coding competition universe, is it a kind of common behavior?
So this is the first time, and I think it's a good way to find teammates. And I've never seen something like this where people randomly enter in a chat and find someone to compete with in a coding challenge. So it is also a fantastic way to find passionate about coding all around the world, and not only from our university or our city. So it's a way to explore the world just by standing in a Telegram chat.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we see by the results that it's working, and so good to have many interested students, but not only, into this Telegram channel to find a team for the Reply Code Challenge. Other stuff that we have to mention, we talked about an opportunity that so far is for both the standard edition and the teen edition, but this year we added another layer, I would say a very important one. The name is Train and Win. It is an opportunity mostly dedicated to the teen edition, to the Code Challenge teen edition, to train yourself, of course, about the different problem statements already available on the challenges.reply.com platform. And in 3 different weeks, 3 moments, we are already approaching the 3rd and last one right now, you can propose the solution to problem statements, training problem statements, and win some prizes as well that will be randomly extracted out of all the people participating and solving the problem statement available on the platform. In order to better highlight this, I would like to involve Gaspare again, and we can have a brief, a live navigation of the platform. Would you like?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I see it appearing. That's great. Thank you. Seems to me very clear so far. This is live, challenges.reply.com platform. And we can have a brief live navigation of the platform together with Gaspare right now.
Yes. So this one is our new brand learning section. So we have put learning materials in this part of the platform where you can read and understand how to solve the previous year problems in order to get better year after year. And this is our platform where you can join the challenge and create a team, find teammates, and play the real code challenge the next 11th of March. And for our training week program, after each week, so when the sandbox challenges get finished, you can understand how to solve the problems by reading the corresponding article in the learning section. So the first week we have developed these 2 articles about the basic knowledge needed to know for get started with the problem and the platform. So, for example, what is a problem? Which parts consist of the problem statements? How the score are assigned in platform. So
they say from 0 to hero. We start from the basics, and you're trying to be ready for March the 11th, right?
Yes. So now in comments, I read a lot comments about how I can read the input files and so on. So
sure.
I put in this section a basic template for a solution that you can use to implement your algorithm during the challenge. So this is a very basic template where you can read files or read data from input or from files, and you can use this template to solve the real problems in the challenge. So if you want to get ready, get to the learning section and read all the articles. So in the second part of the learning section, we have explained what are the basics knowledge about programming. So how can I approach a problem? So we have written a more or less a little wiki page about all the class of algorithm you can think about to implement during the challenge. So 99% of the things you need to know during the challenge are written in this section. And very important is to learn how to solve in practice the problems after the challenge. So, for example, we have put here the solution, the real solution, working solution for the real problem developed during the challenges. So you can download the source code and try by yourself and learn how to write a correct and efficient solution. So we are available for all the problems we are written. So this is the last one. And after the training week 3 program finish, so this Thursday, we will publish the last learning section about how to solve the 2020 problems. So
yeah. So if I discover this right now, of course, I can navigate back with all the past episodes, and I can, of course, gain all the knowledge I need in order to face the reply code challenge, thanks to the learning materials here.
Yes, and that's not this, because we have also our challenge originals articles. So these sections are specific for the teen edition, but we have developed a new article about standard edition because that is a different and completely particular approach how to get started with a real problem of the code challenge standard edition. So in this article available in the challenge originals, we explain step by step how to implement a basic working solution for a standard edition problems.
We can stay here for a second if you'd like. I mean, just to stress this concept again. If you go on challenges.reply.com, you will find out, of course, the first call to action for you is to register in order to get the updates and can start your journey into the challenge and forming a team for the code challenge. That is the one we are talking about right now. But then there are many more stuff into the platform that are not only about the coding, about the competition we are going to face on March the 11th, but you can discover more about the coding in general by learning more on the learning section. I would like, Gaspare, maybe you can be back to the learning session just to, again, there is it. By clicking on learning, as Gaspare is doing right now, you can see many different tabs and menu in order to, in order to give you some inputs on how to test your coding skills, even I would say from a very basic level. Do you agree, Gaspare?
Yes, of course, because in the first section, you learn how to get started. So you don't need any particular initial skill.
Would you open the basic knowledge tips and tricks again, or the basics of programming, just to let the people have a look at it? Exactly. Okay, this is available completely for free on challenges.reply.com. This is basic knowledge material about coding shared by the Reply Code Masters team. And you can, of course, leverage on that in order to start your experience as a coder. Why not, of course, targeting the coding competition set on March the 11th. What is the one, based on the feedback you received, Gaspare, the section that triggered the most the attention of our community, or something you want to share about it?
So I think that the most useful learning section is this one, so the basic of programming. In this section contains all the techniques you need to solve all the problems. So this is the core of the learning section.
Okay. And I see that there are coming questions about this. I would like to involve our two students, Gabriele and Suraj, connected with us right now. I don't know, your experience as a student, did you have the chance to participate in coding competitions similar to the Reply Code Challenge before, or not at all?
Yeah, so personally, I've had the opportunity to participate in a couple of hackathons in the past. So they're similarly structured, but they're a lot more open-ended, and you effectively code for 24 hours or 36. So you basically don't sleep, and I don't encourage that, but it's a lot of fun. I guess one of the questions I would have, Gaspare, is having won the previous, 2018 Reply Coding Challenge, I think a lot of people would be keen to know from you, what can they do to go from just that, beginner stage to the, somebody that can win? Sort of how can they prepare themselves at the upper end of the echelon of coding, I suppose, not just a beginner?
So I think that best way to improve ourselves is to practice very a lot, because this kind of competition, this kind of problems are practical problems. So you can read the books article, you can read, you can follow lesson and so on, but until you don't go to the source code, until you don't write function, until you don't solve problems, you can never be experienced to become an expert in this section. So practice, in particular, using real problems like the one we made available during the training and win program, and learn from the previous experience. And of course, reading the solution, the official solution, are I think the best things to do, because in this way you get into the mind of the one who write the problem. So thinking about how can I write a problem helps a lot in how can I solve a problem. So change the point of view is very useful.
I guess you are already answering a question appearing on our platform. Our friend Jim is asking, what resources can we use to learn programming techniques other than the reply page we share? I guess you already answered, but then I don't know if there is something you want to add, involving, of course, Marco and Mirko too.
I think there
are so many actually, but I don't know if you want to.
No, I can go ahead, Enrico, if I may. I think there is a
Marco,
lot.
Please.
There is a lot of documentation in many different forms about programming techniques. I mean, on the web, from articles and so on and so forth. You can study it at the university. But what I would like to stress more is the difference, the main difference about the teen and the standard edition, because in the teen edition is more about solving the problem in the exact way. And in this kind of problems, let me say, knowing more about the algorithms and the techniques that are out there can help a lot. The other one, let me say, the standard edition, is very different, because in this case, the problem should be designed not to be solved in 4 hours with an exact solution. If you can try to do it, we did a wrong job, let me say, to design this problem. So in this case, the idea is to explore the problem for a more out-of-the-box thinking or lateral thinking, finding new ways to coming to the solution. So it is not more about finding the right algorithm, but to combine different algorithms to get the best response possible in the time you have at your disposal.
Sure.
So you can add, you also have to try to experiment on those kind of algorithm or solution, because maybe you have to try many ways and put up solutions, because there is not only one right solution. Maybe also for different input on the challenge, there could be different approach. There are some approach work better from one input, or other approach work better for other inputs. So feel free to try. Also, maybe try to divide your work between your teammates, so that everyone try different solution. That way you can maybe try different way and see what is the better one, the one who goes better. Also on I think amusing part when we are following ongoing challenges and see that there are teams that then come on, get better score, and so jump up on the scoreboard and so on. And generally there is always sometime a sprint when there is a team that has found some way better and then go on and so on. So there is not a fixed way, but generally if we are good, did a good job, as Marco said, on building the challenge, and generally until the end there is always someone who is able to get some point more and go up on the leaderboard, and there's a fight on the first 3 or 4 place on the leaderboard. Is always going up and down and so on.
Have you ever been surprised in the past editions related to the standard one, since you share so well what is the difference in a matter of the writing the problem statement? And so by not having a defined solution for the standard edition problem, have you been ever surprised by the solution submitted in the past years? Something that completely astonished you in, oh wow, I haven't think about it.
Yeah, actually very often, because generally when we do the problem, we are not sure what is the best solution. So we think about the problem, we think how to make it difficult and challenging, without thinking that how we can solve it, because there is not a solution. Actually, generally, there is many solutions, because probably an easy solution is generally really quick to do, but it's not the best one, actually. But the real solution, the best solution, generally you really have to start making many changes on. So generally we think about the difficult, challenging. We have definitely not really a best solution in mind, because this is the work, the only do the challenge, and also the challenge is help to find someone that is finding the solution that is works. In general, also maybe different.
It's like defining. It's like defining a board game, right? You are defining the rules and the box and everything, but then you might not be the one great in winning your own game.
So, I think there's people that we have done those tests, we have done those solution, and then we see generally the people who win the challenge always best our solution, because
usually they beat us.
Really a lot.
In a very, let me say, the score they usually get is far beyond our best results.
That's a point. Gaspare, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that this is funnier because you can be very creative writing solutions. So when we review the final solution of the winning teams, we see many different approaches to the problems. So we can see different point of view of how competitors approach the problems.
Okay, we collected some questions that I like to share. I would start with Leon asking, will the real challenge differ from the training programs in terms of difficulty? I guess that we can think about the teen edition. It seems to me the question, the one target by the question. I guess a bit, but then I don't know, Gaspare, how to answer here.
Same. They are the challenge of previous years, so they don't differ. They are the challenge from the previous competition. So.
Yeah, I guess that he or she is referring to the future one. I mean, in a level of difficulty, the one that we will release on March 11 will be kind of the same.
Yes, kind of the same, different problems, but more or less same difficulty. So. The first one is...
This is the answer that my math professor in the high school always says that. No, it's kind of the same. That was never kind of the same. What always was more than difficult than the one I tested about.
So the first problem is easier to everyone, and the last problems are for the winning team. So it's very leveled about increasing difficulties where everyone can participate and can improve level by level, problem by problems.
Okay, I guess you started answering a question that I would like to highlight right now. Olivia saying, can you please explain more the process of the challenge during the 4 hours of the challenge? We may say that starting from the teen edition, you will, Gaspare, your turn to answer. Starting from the teen, how does it work in those 4 hours on March the 11th?
So for the standard, for the teen edition, you will get 5 different problems to solve during the 4 hours. For each problem, so from the first one to the last one, they are sorted about more or less their difficulty. So the first one is the easier, the last one is the harder. For each problem, you will get a problem statement describing the situation to solve, the algorithm to write, and all the specific about how the input and the output files are made, which are the constraints, the numeric constraints about the input and about the output. And for each problem, you have to solve 5 different levels. So they are 2 levels of difficulty, one from the problems and one from the levels itself. So in total, you have 25 different levels to solve, and you can improve from the problems level, from the problem point of view, and also from the competition point of view.
Okay, and that's for the teen edition, and I mean, yeah, that's a kind of, it's peculiar of the teen edition, these 5 different levels of difficulty in terms of the challenge itself. Then we can move to the standard one, and I guess, yeah, why not to repeat what will happen at 4:30 on March the 11th?
So for the standard edition, you will get only 1 problem, so the problem to solve during the 4 hours. But in the standard edition, you have to solve the different number of instances of the same problem. You will get, for example, 4, 5, 6 different input files of the same problem, and you have to optimize their situation and provide the output files to the platform. You will evaluate, so the score will be assigned according to the scoring function defined in the problem statement. So during the 4 hours, you have to solve only 1 problem from different input file and from different constraints.
Okay, and there is another question related, I guess, from our friend Mehdi asking, can you please talk about how the source code file has to be? I don't know if it's referred to the input file you were mentioning or different. So
the source code are the solution written by the competitors, both in the standard and in the teen edition. And in both challenges, you have to submit the output files, but also the source code. And the source code can be the single C, C++, single Python file you have developed, but also a project if you are working maybe in Java or in C#, then you have to zip, create an archive with all the files you have written during the challenge and submit to the platform. So the source code has to be a single file over a project.
Also,
Okay,
the source code could be any kind of working program in any language, but it must be working. It must be the source code file used to generate the output files. Also, I think some, as Gasper said, there is, for the standard challenge, there is different input files, and you can have a different program for each input files. So we check for each output, for each solution on a single input that the corresponding source code work for that input and generating that output. So you can also work together, maybe on your teammate, work on different versions of the same program. We are at the end of the challenge, we will check that that for each file, for each solution, for the best solution for each input, that the solution is generated with the provided source code. Okay. Also, nothing automatic, so we are not running the source code on the platform, so there is no problem for version and so on of the runtime and so on. We are making a manual check on the file, so you can use any kind of, the only thing, it must work.
Yeah. Also, maybe silly to repeat this, but I guess it's not silly, it's useful. You can, during the 4 hours related to the standard issue, you can submit as many solutions you want, right? I mean, in terms of improving your results.
Yes, I think you must submit many solutions. You always try to make a solution, check it works, check the score, and so on. Also, you can divide your time, to schedule your time as any way you want during this 4 hours. I think some suggestions, and try to understand the statement, check the input and output format. There are many cases during past competition that there were problems because people generated outputs that were not compliant to the constraint or the format from the statement. So check this one. It's better to do it with the simple inputs, so the smaller inputs, so you're sure that your solution works, instead of going on to the end, thinking you have made your beautiful best solution, but it doesn't work because for some reason you have forgotten some, for example, you inverted the coordinates, for example, or your wrong order of elements and so on.
Come on, so, never happen. Always work at the first time, no?
Because
first attempt always works.
Very easy on the challenge to maybe overlook something, so it's better if you make sure at the beginning that your input and output handling is correct, but because this one is the same for all inputs, is one for all the problems, so until you don't that, you cannot you can forgetting about it and concentrate on trying the best algorithm that generate the best score.
So I have a question about this topic.
Sure, Gabriele.
So for the same input we must have the same output. So the function must produce the same output, or we can insert some randomic algorithm or something like this, like a brute force algorithm. Is it allowed?
Yeah, you can also introduce. We will check that. We will see that probably the output is different. Then we will check if we see random code. We check better the solution to make sure that there's not some cheating involved, but you absolutely can include a random element in your solution.
Sure, thank you.
Usually,
sorry, Marco. Yes.
Just to give another hint. Usually, random solution didn't get the best results.
Sure.
Fully random, yeah. There was case still when there was some random element on the top to try to get the optimization.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, I was saying last 10 minutes or something to collect your question, people watching us for the reply code challenge. This is the ask us anything. I mean, ask them, because I'm not answering. I'm just collecting the question. All the question related to the reply code challenge is going to happen on March 11. If you want to know more about that, visit challenges.reply.com, register, form your team, and prepare yourself to play with us on March the 11th on this fantastic coding competition, fully online, team-based, with fantastic prizes for you. Everything is, of course, for free. We just want to see and to meet your talent wherever you are in the world. This is, of course, promoted by Reply, that is the digital consulting company I'm proudly part of. You can learn more about us by visiting reply.com website, and the challenge universe, that is the initiatives we develop in order to meet talent, not only on coding, but because the investment, the digital creativity and the cybersecurity are about to happen, and who knows how many others. But we are here today to answer your question about the code challenge. I would like to pick another question. There is an interesting one from Lord Videx, I guess. When two teams have the same score, is the time of submission the next rating criteria? That might be one for, I don't know, Gaspare, your turn, or the others.
So yes, when two teams have the same score, we will consider the time of the last submission needed to reach that score. So
okay,
if you have
kind of easy.
Yes, when you upload the solution and that give you the score, best time will be considered to break the tie between the teams with the same score.
It happen? Is it a common behavior or kind of?
So in the team where the points are fixed, times is the main point to declare the winning team. And in the standard edition, it happens more, I think, rarely, because the points are well distributed in a large amount of.
I think for maybe it happens a couple of years ago.
Yes,
there were two teams that get the same score, but it's not so often that it happens. Generally, at least there's some difference between the scores that avoid to doing that kind of tiebreaker.
I remember it happened 2 years ago, and we thought that was the best solution, because
probably.
But afterwards, I mean, after the competition, since we leave the problem of the competition in the sandbox area, someone got a better results.
Yes.
Whoa. That is, I mean, yeah.
In that case, also
we have the.
We had to check. We had adapted the problem. There was some cheating involved because two teams with the same solution, but we checked the code were completely different. So we obtained the same solution with two different means, at least two different code files. So.
Sure, that's another thing that it's worth it to share. So for the 3 top teams on the podiums, we will ask for the write-ups documents, right? In order to officialize the podium after the challenge.
We check the code. We check the code provider, we run it, we check is okay, we check is different, not two teams with the same exactly identical code, and so on.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just to share that there is a verification, let me say, right after it. And in general, that's another good moment to say that this is online competition. So we definitely want to support and encourage the fair play. You are the only one that can check that by registering yourself as a team of 4 people. Those 4 people will be the one actively competing in the challenge that day, and that's what we will control at the end in order to assign you the prize if you will be on the podium. But then in general, this is online gaming, and unfortunately online is right now the only competition we can handle. In the past, we were in love with the idea of having students in the classroom, in the university classrooms, in many universities all over the world, as hubs of our reply code challenge. Unfortunately, right now it is impossible in I guess, all over the world. And so we will be back with it for sure as soon as possible. But this time, again, for the reply code challenge, it will be mostly an online competition and only an online competition. So we in general support again the idea of fair play. Few minutes just for the last questions. I would say there's
Enrico, that the one
Marco.
after the Lord Videx is interesting as well.
Yeah, with the Node.js one you're mentioning.
Yes, but the question.
Okay, so
let me recap it. Can I use
please.
libraries? Can I use libraries for doing my solution, for implementing my solution? I think the answer is yes, but I ask confirmation to Gasper and Mirko for the start.
So yeah, you can use any external libraries available in internet without any problems. And you don't have to upload the external libraries of source code because they are freely available to everyone. So you can use whatever you want.
Just you have to get us some way to access the library. So for example, in the Node.js example, you include your package.json that references your library, and so we can automatically download and apply. For example, in Java, you could include a Maven file or a NuGet for .NET and so on.
Yes.
Actually, the only constraint that we must be able to execute your solution. So you have to get some way to access this external library. Generally, there is a package manager, that public available package manager that lets us access that library, so this is not a problem. If you implement your library and you don't include in the solution, that will not be available because we will not be able to execute it and run it. But on the specific question, yes, you can use libraries from NPM.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's that was the answer deserved from to our friend Pelx24. Okay, we're collecting the latest question. In the meanwhile, of course, I would like to thank all of you guys for your time today. We spent almost the hour at our disposal in order to answer all the questions coming in. If you still have doubts, people watching us right now live or even later in watching the recording of this video, you can submit your question to challenges@reply.com anytime, and we will, of course, get in touch with you in order to answer if you have doubts. You know all the social media we are already in by following us on Facebook and Instagram, yes, or Twitter differently with the accounts Reply Challenges, and we are here for that, for that again, to answer all your doubts. I see another question coming from Olivia that we can take care of. How does the points process go? Oh, that's a point. I don't know. Is it something we want to share related, I guess, with the algorithm that produces the points out of the...
So, if you want to...
Guys, please, I don't know.
Okay, maybe
for the standard edition, in the permanent statement, you can find the scoring function that is the formula we use on the back end of the platform to evaluate your points. And for the teen edition, where the solution are exact, we just compare the solution provided by the competitors authors, by the users, with the exact solution of the problem. So in both way, with the platform, we evaluate your output file according to the problem statement.
And for the standard, the formula that gets the score is present in the statement. So the statement tells you what will be the formula used to calculate the score. You can actually, if you want, implement it to check the score before submitting. Then after submitting, its output is scored, and then for each different input file, the best score is taken account. So you could also try to get the top score by different submission for different file. So each file is taken account separately when we calculate the top score. So maybe you have a submission that get best on the first input, and then another one get best on the second. These two first input, the second input are taken from different submission, and the best score are added for the final score.
Sure. It is a secret, of course, so that's the answer to Olivia in general. Right now, the problem statement for the standard edition and the team edition is still secret. I hope that Gaspare behind him in the whiteboard, there is nothing sneaking out of them. Yeah, okay, that's it. Cover it in order to be sure. But this is it for our Ask Us Anything webinar today, because we reached 5:30, and I guess we can say that all the other questions coming in can be answered again by following us on social media or sending an email to challenges@reply.com. I would like to thank all of you guys for attending our event, our webinar today. So thank you very much to the Codemaster team, coached and led by Marco. Ciao, Marco, and thank you very much for your time today. Good luck, and we'll, of course, we'll be back together on March 11. And thank you very much to Mirko and Gaspare as well. Good luck, guys, for everything, and thank you very much for your time. And thank you very much to the Reply Ambassador team represented by Suraj and Gabriele. I noticed that Gabriele is kind of very similar to the logo of our Reply Code Challenge with the headset on top. Yeah, you see it here. Yeah, that's it. I mean, very, very similar, I would say. There is the notebook together with stickers and flyers and our gadgets that will be sent to all the people booking the promotional kit on challenges.reply.com. For the rest, this is it. Thank you very much for your time today. Good luck for the Reply Code Challenge approaching on March 11. The registration campaign will be open till March 10 at midnight at Central European time. But I mean, do not waste your time. Start right now to register yourself and your team together with your friends. Many chances to form a team with the random queue or the Telegram channel we shared. I mean, you will discover everything about the challenge universe visiting challenges.reply.com. Was Enrico from Turin live today. Thank you very much to all our friends. Helping us in realizing the Ask Us Anything for webinar for the Reply Code Challenge 2021. See you on March 11. Thank you very much, guys, and goodbye. Stay strong and safe. Ciao.